Hello, this is Batcave Comics 83, also known as Russell. This is a tag video. I was tagged into this video by Reaper Tate 728. So I should give a shout out to Reaper because he's given me many shout outs, and this is actually only my third video. So anyway, this is a tag video, and I don't really have the biggest comic book collection, so what I've got here is just a selection of my comics. They're not all old, and in fact many of them are relatively new, but there's definitely more than 5 here. I can't remember, there's quite a few, but I'll power through them. So the first comic is Captain Britain number 8. I don't know if you can see that a bit better if I move it. It's the first appearance of Psylocke, and in this she's called Betsy Braddock, and yeah, so this is, I guess, is relatively rare in the States, although I think you can pick it up quite cheaply in the UK. Although, having said that, I think since Psylocke's been in X-Men, it seems to have increased in value. So that's the first one. Yeah, I do like to get some slightly different comics from time to time, and I'm a massive AC/DC fan, so I picked up this AC/DC comic by Rock and Roll Comics. I don't know, like, I think they just do the occasional rock band comic as a kind of gimmick for selling albums, but it's pretty cool actually. It's pretty unique. What next? I bought this the other day. I mean, it's not a particularly sought after comic, but I thought it was quite interesting. It's Marvel Comics number 10, What If Jane Foster Had Found the Hammer of Thor. It's quite a cool cover. There's not really much to say about that. It's just I saw it and thought, oh, I'll have that. So yeah. Where to next? Okay, I collect Shana the She-Devil comics. This is number 5, and this is like from what it was, late 70s, isn't it? I think. It's just a cool cover. It's pretty bright and looks like it's just been printed, considering it's 40 plus years old. So that's a nice one. I also collect Dynamite, sorry, it's Dynamite, yeah. I also collect some of Dynamite's comics, and this is Warlords of Mars number 28, Dejah Thoris. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I've never actually heard anyone say it, but yeah, this is actually a really rare issue. This is this front cover is one of only 25 in existence in the entire world, and I bought it off of Dynamite directly from their New Jersey office. I think that's where they're located. Yeah, so covered up modesty. I don't want to get my video banned. Not that that would happen. The next one is Empire of the Dead number 1. This is a new, or potentially a new TV series in the same vein as The Walking Dead, and I think these are still quite cheap. I think you can probably pick them up for $20 or $30, and I think they only had, like, someone said they had a print run of only like 20,000. So I mean, if they ever do have a TV series, I think it'll be hard to come by. As some of you may know, I collect Milo Manara art, and this is Milo Manara's cover for Fearless Defenders number 1. Again, there's not much I can say about that. It's just a cool design, and I like anything by Milo Manara, or almost anything by Milo Manara. Not everything, but he does a lot of nice comics for Marvel. yeah, this is my newest comic. I picked up Wonder Woman Rebirth, the Frank Cho cover. So this is Wonder Woman Rebirth #1. I believe it's only been out. Well, it's August 2016, so yes, it was on the shelves last month, but that's the cover date. Yeah, there's not much to say about that, but that's a pretty nice one, and I like anything by Frank Cho. In fact, if I can find it, I added this in. This is obviously not a comic book, but it's a collection of comic books. This is the book that contains Shaun of the She-Devil Volume 1, issues 1 to 7. And I love it. Frank Cho. I'll just show you the interior, because I'm a geologist, and I'm currently studying paleobiology, so for me this really appeals. Not that it's accurate, but you know, a T-Rex being attacked by velociraptors with Shaun of the She-Devil running around, that's not a bad comic, really, is it? So that's that one. A few more. This is Star Wars Weekly #5. I've actually got the entire collection of Star Wars Weekly, so at some point I'll do a video just showcasing them. So yeah, this is #5, and I've got one Star Wars Weekly #1 right through to the end of the New Hope run, because I think they did a run for New Hope and then Empire. The final comic I'm going to show is a much older comic, The Fighting Yank, #17, and this comic is from 1941, I believe. I picked this up really cheaply. I paid about $30 for it. In fact, I think that's actually what it's worth in this condition, but it's still hard to find, and I think, you know, unless I got this on eBay, but unless you go on somewhere like Heritage Auctions or something like that, you're never going to pick up a really good copy. And even a really good copy is probably only worth a few $100s, so this is actually a nice find at $30. So actually I'll show one more comic. Still got the price tag on this. It's a newer one, but I got Suicide Squad, new Suicide Squad #1 with the holographic cover featuring Harlequin. You can see that. So I could go on, but I've got like random comics. But yeah, so that was a tag video. It was my first tag video, so I apologise for the presentation style. I did have a list of people. Sorry, hold fire. Yeah, so basically Reaper Tate tagged me in this, and so I can re-tag him in it. So Reaper Tate 728 is one of my taggies, and but other than Reaper, I haven't been in communication with any of my followers, so or subscribers. I've written a few down: Comic Horde 410, Comic-y Jinx, and then two more: 1208 somewhere, and Comic Hero 77. So I've tagged them in. They don't have to respond, but I'm just throwing a little lifeline out there, as I don't have anybody else that I can tag, and we haven't really talked. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed my short video, and hopefully it wasn't too disjointed. Yeah, and as you can see, my little background picture on my screen is Star Trek Beyond. So if you haven't seen Star Trek Beyond, it's very much worth seeing. It's great. Anyway, see you.